take so long to do drugs?
Is that Rainbow Dash on your shirt?
I don't want to feel the feelings.
I need to eat a bunch of cheese boxes.
The best parts of hanging out with these guys without the hangover.
Yeah, get it, get you some. Oh, yeah, yeah, we like it. Oh, yeah. Oh, hey, what's up? How's it going? Oh, should I be this winded?
Yes. Hey there, Chuckle Tits. What's going on, buddy?
Hey, buddy, I'm having a whole glass load of bullshit.
Good for you. I'm having a whole day load of bullshit, so we're even. Hey, how's the audio sound? Because this mic has been farting with me today.
Let me actually.
As good as it gets for me, I guess.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Okay. We'll take it. Those of you watching at home, there's only a few. You'll notice that my background's a little awkward. It's full of boxes and empty shelves. I'm moving very recently, and I know I have a green screen. It's in a place.
It's somewhere.
The place is not that big. I know where I usually keep it. I know where it's not. So
it's not on the back of your fucking chair.
So you get to look at all this exposed brick and boxes and empty shelves. Huzzah.
Excellent. And they always get to see my masturbatory banner and poster
That's what you're supposed to do. That's what we don't do. You're supposed to masturbate yourself on camera. Well, do it for OnlyFans, but that's different. So like you do it like intellectually if you are a performer by trade.
Yeah,
I still have not gotten there yet.
If you want to see that, you got to go to Little Baby Beat Pie on OnlyFans, where I put my feet on camera.
It's not true. I've tried.
I've
tried every single spelling in ancient American or the Middle English, and it is not there. I've tried. I lost a whole Wednesday doing that shit. Almost got fired.
And I've apologized.
Yeah, but you keep throwing that line in the water on me, man. You keep telling me it's out there. It's terrifying.
Yeah, I know. I'm a tease.
Good for you.
I'm a real tease. So if that's what you foot sluts want, put it in the comments, and I'll send you pictures. Whatever I can do to get us fucking viewers.
Catch some meat, foot sluts. We'll put our goddamn gams up there. Hey, you know what? I'll give you a free one right now. Is this what you want? This horrible 43-year-old foot, you fucking whores. Look, there you go.
Oh yeah, that's
the whole foot.
You like that? You fucking. I was gonna say pedos because podiatry, but that's not.
No, it's a very different subset.
That's not the word. Although if we both
5'5" man, though, that's a size 10, which I've been told is pretty decent.
Yeah. I mean, I've never complained.
No, I got the whole thing up there.
If both of us shaved, we could be a sweet treat for those for a certain sect.
Oh God, if we shaved like our faces, an abacus couldn't count the chins. Like it wouldn't be a thing. We should not do that.
That's what I told a kid last Friday. He was watching
that exact same thing.
Just about, because this kid's standing there, and I say kid, he's a college kid, right? And to us, that's a kid now. Which,
I know.
I will say though, last Friday at Chad's Pizza in Cedar Falls, a rockin' good time. I knew that crowd was not going to be into. They weren't going to be in the material, so I just riffed for 30 minutes. It was so fun. But there was a kid
standing. What does that have to do with pedophiles?
Get ready.
Oh, okay, thank you.
So I had to give some context. I gotta give context and say some thank yous.
Yeah, I just want to get you back on. Okay, sometimes I gotta reel you in.
Yeah, sometimes, but
I overstepped.
No, but baby, no. You don't apologize to me.
Do me a favor, come over here and fucking pack some of these boxes. Half of these are just full of nothing. I don't even know.
Just packing peanuts in one of the neighbors.
Parts of them, yeah.
Let me out. So anyway, this kid's standing there and he looks like a fucking Abercrombie model. And I told him, I was like, your jawline is so sharp, I could shave cheese off of it. And at this point, I could hide cheese in my chin.
There you go.
Yeah, I was getting there. I just
That's
wanted
a
to give
good one.
context. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Just-
I also told the kid that he needed to stop looking at me because I felt like I was reliving the portrait of Dorian Gray.
And he gave you a blank stare.
He did.
75% of the people listening right now going, Google that. How do you spell Dorian? How do you spell anything?
But one of his friends cracked up, and I was like, "There's the smart kid at the table," and he was like, he goes, "I'm an English major," and I was like, "Yeah, you are, buddy. Yeah, you are," and that's actually pronounced waiter.
Yeah, it's pronounced waiter. You know Dorian Gray. You're very smart. You were a virgin up until, I'm guessing, Thursday. Good
It's
for you, though.
homecoming. It's homecoming. So congratulations on getting your dick wet sometime this weekend.
Regrettably, a cantaloupe never counted. I
Um,
checked. I Googled it 1,000 times.
that's
Cantaloupe. It's still wet, but it's not what you mean.
and that's why you're on a watch list.
That's not the only reason.
So, can I tell you another story about Iowa?
Does it involve splitsociety.org?
Splitsociety.org.
Yeah, did you take any splitsociety.org products to Iowa where it may or may not be legal and possibly enjoy something from splitsociety.org, our sponsor, who provides quality spliffs?
I did not. I did have a care package. No. I had a care
No,
package
that
that
was
I
like my
left
whole
sitting
plug.
at the table. I was like,
Wow.
oh no. Oh, I got like halfway there and I was like, fuck. Oh, well, I guess I don't get to sleep. But Waterloo was a great show. There were some technical issues, but Oliver, who runs the room there in Waterloo, great guy. And Zig, this has never happened to me before on stage, but I nearly, literally shit my pants.
Oh. Due to lower GI issues, due to something that scared you or made you laugh, or other?
Let's say the interaction of the two.
Ooh.
So right across from my really rad Airbnb, which we talked about on the last
Was
episode,
the titty bar,
but on the other side,
which
like,
you air quotes didn't go into,
I
for
did
the air
not.
quotes buffet.
I had no desire.
Of course not.
I
No.
went to a
Didn't wanna know.
it was a craft kombucha bar. Do you know what kombucha is?
It's what hippies use to punish us morally.
Yes.
It's tea that's alive.
Yes. It's tea that's alive.
I
It's
don't know, really, to be honest. I just know I don't want it.
It's hippie shit that gave me the slippy shits, is what it gave me.
Ooh.
So I went there because it's a bar and restaurant, and I was like,
Hold on, time out. Your not time out the show. Your guts, like mine, are tempered in raw whiskey and rum.
Yeah.
We have had our moments, but overall, even in our mid-40s currently, middle-aged, we can hold our booze, if not our poop.
yes.
You're telling me that craft kombucha was what it took to make your colon go, can't hold the dam anymore, pal. I'm sorry, buddy. Sorry, Papa, we're done.
Yeah. So I went over, and I'm skeptical of kombucha. I've tried it
course you should be.
before. Yeah, oh yeah.
Mm.
But I was like, you know what? I'm here. It's right across the street, like literally right across the street. Let's give it a shot. They had a ginger kombucha Jamaican rum cocktail.
Okay.
And I was like, well, if you're mixing it with booze, let's go for it.
I'd be interested enough to give it a shot, sure.
And so I got one of those. I got my lunch, and then I made friends with the bartender, and then made friends with one of the waiters, and then made friends with another bartender. I sat there and chatted, for context, 3 hours.
Okay.
Which means during that time, the bartenders took a shine to me. Now, I did order a second cocktail, a different one.
You were killing time before the show. You're making friends. You're just hanging out.
Yeah,
You're
absolutely.
just looking for something, so you're not just sitting in your B&B by yourself.
Yeah.
I get it. I've done the same thing. You're looking for a little. You just want to make friends.
Yeah,
Like a little. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
as Nick says, I make friends everywhere I
Yeah,
go.
as do
And
I.
so I order another cocktail, big glass, and they are giving me samples. And there was a shandy that they make with a lemon kombucha that they call the Iowan. That they
There's
make.
a lot of kombucha going into you right now, buddy.
You're supposed to have like what, 3 teaspoonfuls?
The fuck do I know? Sure.
I think that's what Nicole told me. What I had was 3 cocktails, a shandy, and multiple samples.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I felt it working all afternoon, but I just thought, it's just road food. Now, keep in mind, I have been on the road that's my 3rd day. I've had plenty of road food. And I put kombucha on top of that, then went and had some dinner. Had a quesadilla with some extra jalapenos.
Do you have a cheese thing? Because I've developed a cheese thing.
I don't.
No, good for you.
Yeah.
I've developed it. We switched to oat milk in the house because of the lactose thing.
Yeah.
Because I need so at least there's that. So it wasn't cheese on top of that, but still,
no.
You had the spiciness. You had the hippie go tea.
I had the poop shoot riot is what I had.
Yeah, good for you.
And went to the venue. I was like, this is weird. Ran in, had a pre-show poopy, which sometimes that happens. Sometimes you got to just a little pre-show poopy. The nerves happen. The tummy goes, let's get rid of some of this, fight or flight. So I go back out to watch the openers, and had a little delay, had a little technical issue, which pushed the show back a little bit. No big deal. And I can feel my tum-tum having an issue. The guy that went on right before me, I began to sweat, Zig, because I'm thinking, this is bad, but I don't have time.
From the butthole?
Yes, and everywhere else.
Oh, from the everywhere.
But also
from the pores as a whole. They all got together.
Yeah.
They did Hands Across America over your body, and they said, guess what? Push this crap out now. Warning, warning, warning.
And right when I thought I gotta run and do a quick offload before I get on stage, that's when he finished and the host was about to call me up. So I went, you know what? You've held a poop before. You can hold this one. No big deal. I went on stage. Now, Oliver, the producer, was like, hey, because we had to push the show back, do you mind cutting your set? I don't mind. I can cut my set. Do you want me? He's like, cut it down to maybe 30 minutes. It's no problem. I'll just rearrange some stuff. I've got a set list. I'm good. I've done this before. He's like, yeah, I wanted you to do more, but the fact that we had to push it back and
is what it is. Yeah.
It's showbiz, man. You just
whatever.
It's live shows. So I go on stage, and I didn't realize I was shaking. I was shaking and I was pouring with sweat.
Delightful. Now,
the host was like, I've seen you perform multiple times in worse situations, and my first thought was, is he nervous? And then realized, no, he's not nervous. Something's wrong. And I had a great set, and I made it about 20, I'm going to round up to 25. It was probably 24 minutes and some when I went, you know what? I think that's good for me, guys. Have a great night.
Okay. So here, did you sit on the stool that was on the stage? No. Did you do a little clenching? Did you stop wandering around? Did you Did you
Yes.
ruin a sock on accident from the behind?
Look, I did not shit my pants, but I did make a move with my left leg where I was not and I was clenching so hard, and I moved with that left leg and had an emergency clinch, and my everything was like, you have to go now, you have to go. And I was convinced that I was going to shit my pants if I didn't leave the stage right then and there. And as the host came up and he was a little confused, but I handed him the mic and I went, I'm going to shit my pants. And he went, what I love and also hate at the same time is that he yelled, everybody move, the man's gotta poop. And the crowd that was standing parted like the Red Sea, and I ran into that bathroom.
Oh yeah.
And I penned a letter of apology while I was in there. It was everything happened. Everything happened. And I came out, and all the comics thought it was hilarious.
Well, yeah, sure.
The host was like, hey man, Oliver's like, it happens sometime. And I was like, here's what I went to the kombucha bar, and he went, oh no. He said, how much did you have? And I said, I day drank at the kombucha bar. And he went, oh no. And I said, I've never had kombucha. I mean, I've had it, but I've never had it. I've taken a sip and went, that's good. I said, this was actually, and I am so sorry. And he was like, hey, it happens. It was still a good show. I'm not upset. And I was like, well, good. My apologies.
It's a much better show than it would have been if you were to shit on the stage. Well, depending on your perspective.
Right. And that's what I said. I said, I'm as embarrassed as I am that I had to leave the stage. I would have been more embarrassed had I ruined a pair of pants on stage. I would have been more embarrassed to shit myself in front of a crowd than to cut my set short and go running into the bathroom.
Well, that's just common sense. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
because if somebody has to mop up after you after a comedy set, and you're not Carrot Top on an ether binge, I would say that it's probably a bad call.
Yeah.
You won't be invited back.
And here's the thing. I had debated just walking 2 blocks down to the craft brewery and having a lunch and a beer at the craft brewery. And I would like to point out that never in my life has beer betrayed me the way kombucha did. I was drinking kombucha because I thought, you know what? I'm going to do good by my body. I'm going to do well by myself.
After you left the stage, how does your colon feel? Has it ever felt bad? How about that?
Well, here's the you know how when the body is severely injured and it goes into shock?
Emotionally or physically?
Yes.
The first one, not the second one.
Okay. It both emotionally and physically stopped feeling for a couple days. But come Monday morning, I don't know how to describe this without being gross. But I can.
We're past that, buddy. We know we're talking about explosive kombucha, hippie bullshit diarrhea. We're there.
An
it's
IBS number whoopsie. I can only assume that my asshole looked like an Arby's sandwich that had been thrown into an interstate.
So delicious yesterday.
Yes. I have never had, but here's the thing. God love Nicole. I'm telling her about it, and she is just losing her mind. And she's like, I know this is awful for you, but this is, to me, it's hilarious. And I swear to Christ, if you don't make a bit out of this somehow, I will divorce you. Whether it be this year, next year, in 2 years, if you don't write this into a bit, we're getting divorced. And so I have to write this. I have to turn it into something funny.
Yeah, it's just Kombucha Makes You Almost Poop by Larry Smith.
Everybody shits their pants.
At the sidewalk at the end of the whatever by Shel Silverstein, inspired by Larry Smith.
While staring at the alabaster penis.
In the eye. The one baneful eye.
So that was my although here's something funny. Not funny, as this is actually awesome. The next night was in Fort Madison, Iowa, and they have a whiskey and wine bar, and the bartender has said that she is going to she's going to name a drink after me.
And it didn't result in any of the shits that you couldn't deal with.
Nope.
Just whiskey and beer. Yeah.
I went in, had a couple Angel's Envy, and guess what didn't make me shit my pants?
The shame. The lack of shame.
The lack of shame, yes.
Yeah.
And whiskey specifically.
Quit. Just die early. Don't worry about all that hippie shit. Just die early. Like me and Larry are going to do, everybody.
Yeah.
Just die early and be okay with it.
Yeah.
You can't take it with you. You're not going to last forever unless you're Jeff Bezos and he actually manages to figure out how to fucking squeeze out the fountain of youth into his own ball sack. Just die early. It's fine.
just or when I want to last a little bit longer just because there's some people to piss off, but beyond that.
True. But I mean, like, have you ever seen somebody who's in their 90s? It's not usually great.
Dick Van Dyke is looking great.
Yeah, but his accent, his British accent is terrible.
True.
Yeah.
True. And so there's that. I mean, how was your week, buddy?
I don't care. I don't. There's nothing to report. It's all at this point just a hellscape of packing up shit and getting fucked in the ass by my job. So it really doesn't matter. There is no upside currently.
Excellent.
It's just a couple of weeks away from moving to a place where there is no winter, and hopefully there I can die.
I'm going to add some music there, I think.
Well, no, I just like to let stuff sit. However, if you could, Larry, where should people like and subscribe?
If you have not already, please like and subscribe on any of the platforms that you listen to podcasts. Zig is holding up bullshit and showing it to me. It's a Modelo something or other, but we're going to get through this first and then we'll discuss bullshit that we're drinking. Like and subscribe on any of the podcast platforms that you listen to us on, for fuck's sake. We've got some ratings on iTunes, but if you would please, if that's where you're listening to us or any place, give us a rating and a review, even if it's these drunk assholes. That's it. That helps. That helps the algorithm. And if you want to take a look at our dumb faces, head over to YouTube. Zig and Larry Ignore a Topic on YouTube, and you can see Uncle McGillicuddy over here and his 43-year-old hoof that he threw up in the camera. And you can see my shameful face as I'm talking about nearly shitting my pants on stage. YouTube. They'll take our videos down for having me passed out drunk, but they'll show a dude using a penis pump. YouTube. Get fucked.
I like the button at the end. That's good.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah, we are not
working on my cold reads.
We're not sponsored by YouTube. Is anybody ever sponsored by YouTube? That would be interesting. Like, this video is sponsored by YouTube. YouTube, the thing you're watching it on. YouTube, yes. Keep doing it. Like,
YouTube, you want to get hits? Wax your butthole.
All right, so I want to get to the thing that we're doing, but first, I have a surprising nonsense here. So for the last couple, I was drinking the Budweiser. I've been going to the goddamn liquor store and buying the big 25-ounce cans of beer nonsense, and they're always weird. So it was the Budweiser Chelada con Clamato. So that was Budweiser with tomato juice and shellfish, which I mean, natural
Clam
pairing.
squeezins.
Yeah, beer, tomatoes, clam.
Clam
We
squeezins.
squeeze all those into a can, and it's only $3.99. Amazingly. So I was looking for something to upset you more. This, I'm surprised to announce, is our new unofficial sponsor, Modelo's Chelada Piña Picante. So Piña Picante is Spanish for, I'm guessing, spicy cock. I'm not certain.
Yes.
Or hot pussy. It's one of the two. With the refreshing flavors of pineapple and chili. Excuse me. Pineapple and chili.
Pineapple and chili.
They might be squeezing pussy in this. I'm not certain. Or just dipping a cock. It's surprisingly delightful.
Pineapple and chili.
Modelo Chelada Piña Picante. It's a beer with pineapple and chili pepper. And you know what? It doesn't suck. I'll drink this all day.
I'll tell you what's in this glass of bullshit if you're interested.
I'm gonna say liquor.
Oh, there is some Buffalo Trace.
Uh-huh.
And then I made a real poor. I don't. It's not a poor man's. It's a ill-informed man's back porch tea. So I threw
like
some.
the distinction, but okay.
It is Buffalo Trace, topped with a tall boy of truly lemon tea.
Okay.
So it's all booze.
Okay.
Because it was super cheap at the gas station. Although now I kind of regret not getting a twisted tea because I was like,
Truly is all booze in the same way that Ricky Martin is all trucker. Like it's
5%. It's a beer.
Yeah, he's 5% trucker. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Yeah, he could drive a truck if he had the gumption, but he probably wouldn't want to.
He can drive this dump truck if you know what I mean.
You want him inside you?
I don't know. I wouldn't. I mean, if Ricky Martin walked up to you and said, "I find you very attractive, and I would like to teach you some things about yourself," you'd say no.
I would say we can do it on camera, and I get the rights.
There you go.
Yeah, sure.
You're a businessman, and I'm a lover.
Yeah, I know who I am.
Look, life is short. Experience things, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, just get paid for it. That's the
Right?
only thing. Yeah. We're capitalist society. Come on, fuck it.
I'm living La Vida Penis.
You're living the cock life?
Probably.
No, I think you would know if you were.
Well, time will tell.
Conceivably.
In theory.
That's not how that works. There will be one coming at your ear currently if that's just what was happening.
Stop it. Stop. Ow. Why?
Come on, Peter. Leave it alone. His name is Peter. It's kind of an entendre. He doesn't mean it to be. That's his name.
We've talked about this. Wait until we're off camera.
You want to talk about some bullshit, buddy?
Please. I would love a change of pace from this riveting this riveting dialogue we've been having.
I'm having the best time. I'm gonna drink some
Me
more
too, buddy. I'm having a blast.
spicy pineapple.
These are my favorite days where we both just get on and we're like, hey, fuck it.
Mm-hmm. So we both know what I do for a living. We both know what you do for a living, but we haven't actually said like the specifics. So let's just say, without saying the company,
yeah,
can you boil down what I do for a living?
Coupons.
In what's that?
Coupons.
Basically, sure. Specific, yes. But I was going for specifically in the beauty and wellness realm. So what I do is I sell services across the board for beauty and wellness.
You wax people's buttholes.
I personally do not. I find
wax
a way for
poetic
them to...
about buttholes.
that I have done on my OnlyFans. That's such a hacky joke. I do it on my Instagram. If you find my Instagram about waxing buttholes, you win a prize. But so what I do is basically I have to learn about all of these services and procedures and like the newfangled stuff that women are doing. Mostly women.
I'm looking for your account.
Okay, yeah.
Hey.
Should I keep going or?
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, go ahead. That's good stuff. That's good work.
It's all wang.
That's what I'm saying.
I know. I got nothing else to be proud of. It's all wang.
You and your dog.
Me and the dog and the wang. That's my only pride points in my life. Correct. So what I do exactly is to sell beautification procedures and products, the new cutting edge stuff, the stuff that's been around for a while, to mostly ladies. I would say like 80% ladies, probably 20% men. Now, here's the thing. A lot of it is horse shit. A lot of it does work, at least for the time being. I won't say what is good and what is bad. I will say a lot of it is horseshit. A lot of what I sell is like massages. That is not horseshit. It's not my bag. I'm not interested, but getting a therapeutic massage is obviously there's things that can help a person to, achieve a better lifestyle. So a lot of it is, however, snake oil is not gone because it's not the 1800s. There's a lot of fucking snake oil, pal. There's a lot of fucking snake oil, and I sell it. And I really wanted to do a show about all the stuff that I personally think is snake oil that I sell, but I decided not to because I'll let science decide. I'll let history decide. And once it's gone, we'll go, yeah, that was stupid. Yeah, botulism in the eye, long-term goals. What I did do, though, is find a list of old, like between 80 and 100-year-old beautification processes where you went to a doctor. There wasn't like med spas, really. There was a couple of med spas, but you go to doctors and have these procedures done to you. So this is going to be a list of horrific bullshit things that women did to themselves unnecessarily in order to achieve beautification for the time.
Okay. All right.
I'm very glad that in this day and age, we have a lot more love yourself for who you are. You don't have to fucking come up to a standard, but it's still there, man. Like they're still like,
oh yeah,
the Kardashians. They're still like these. I love the fact that there's people like.
I mean, there's us. Look at us. I mean, we are the standard of beauty that we perpetuate. I know. I want to apologize to our viewers, our listeners. Not some. I mean, sure, my voice is like a velvet glove lined with satin, filled with gravel. I understand that. And you're like, wow, what, listen to the dulcet tones. But then you go to our YouTube channel and you see us and you're like, that, how could I ever achieve
that? And your response, you think, might be
booze.
Ma'am. My entire point before going into this is you are beautiful and perfect just the way you are. If you would like to change something about yourself to make yourself feel better on the inside, that's fine. Quit going on Instagram and worrying about nonsense. Please stop. However, there's nothing wrong with, I mean, I trim my beard in a way that I think that I like it. You know what I mean? I put tattoos on myself because I enjoy them. It's body modification. Everybody does that. Just don't let somebody else tell you what to do. And we are going to go down a rabbit hole to middle-aged men, mostly female things for the past, just to say how fucking nuts this is. And the first one is Brother Freckle Freeze.
I'm sorry. You just had a stroke. What the fuck?
No. So this was, let's see, this was about the 1930s. So in the 1930s, women who had freckles, who didn't want freckles because they were told that they weren't attractive because they had freckles, they were put in this device. So basically it just held it was a big piece of metal. A lot of these are big pieces of metal, by the way, because it's in the 30s, 40s, and 50s,
Yeah,
that held her face
because we had a lot
tight.
of spare equipment from when we burned women at the stake.
Correct.
Yeah, we're like,
Mhm.
well, we can't burn them anymore apparently because we're past the witchcraft thing. But what are we going to use it? We still have it laying around. What are we going to use it for? I don't know. Tell them that they need to burn shit off their bodies.
Uh-huh. With freezing. So there was two rods that pulled that put metal bullshit over your eyes so you couldn't open your eyes because that's dangerous because this involves dry ice. And one big breathing tube, which is basically a snorkel that just went straight out about 8 inches. And what they would do is one by one, using dry ice, once your eyes and mouth were protected, burn the freckles off with dry ice, one at a time. Tick and tack, here and there. On a typical freckled woman, how many freckles do you think would be on her just cheeks and nose in general?
Uh, uh, God, I don't know, 50, 25.
Anywhere between 100 and 2,000 because they're so like could be fine or like it's just a human being. That's just how you are. Freckles are completely innocuous. They can't hurt you, but you can freeze them off one at a time. It hurt like hell. Also, you wouldn't receive your results immediately because each freckle took about 2 weeks to fall off. So freeze it with dry ice. In the meantime, you could have a fascinating discussion about your freckles, which are in limbo, which at any point
Which
will
are
fall off. Like a
falling
loose
off your
tooth.
face into your
Yeah.
cocktail at dinner.
Like a loose tooth when you're 6. Like, I'm going to lose this very soon. It's just, it's wiggling. So,
What
yeah,
the fuck?
as you can breathe through a snorkel, have your eyes covered and zapped uncomfortably, painfully to get your, by the way, I think they're very cute, freckles removed.
Yeah, freckles are adorable. You know who had
Mm-hmm.
freckles and still does, but
My
who
wife.
had them? Your wife.
Yeah, she's adorable.
Yeah, she is adorable.
Mhm.
You know who else? My kids. My kids have
Yeah.
freckles. In the summertime, they get the cute little freckle right across here. They get that from their mom's side of the family. You know who else? Annie Wershing.
Yes. Annie Worship, we went to college with. She is currently going to be the new star of Picard season 2 as the Borg Queen. We both know Annie Worship.
Yes, and I
Yep.
could not be more excited. I think I mean, we have stories. I think we can hold those off, but
It's not.
um the red hair, freckles, she was adorable. She still is absolutely stunning.
Oh yeah,
And
100%.
yeah, and the freckles just help. She's on Nathan Fillion's show, The Rookie, as a female serial killer. And she is absolutely delightful. Intelligent, sinister, just a fantastic character. I always thought freckles were adorable. What did they give a reasoning in your extensive research, Zig? Did they give a reasoning as to why we thought freckles were bad?
Yeah, because Annie Worship had not been born yet.
Ah, fair enough.
No, I never really knew Annie all that well, but I mean, like, it's just kind of like one of those. Oh shit, I knew her. She's
Uh-huh.
gonna be on Picard. Well, now I have to buy Paramount Plus for a month.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. I didn't know Annie real well, but I knew her well enough. In fact, I'm going to try to get her on the NPR show that I do.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Godspeed.
Oh, but who?
Do the penis thing.
Oh,
I don't even know what that means, but do that.
Do that. Do that. Hey, you want to really piss off your wife? Do the penis
Never.
thing.
No. Oh, well,
Neither of our wives.
yeah, that's not really. But hey, how about the dimple maker?
Shut the fuck up. What?
It's a dimple maker, man.
The
Do you have
dimple.
dimples?
I do.
You don't.
I do.
They're under your beard.
Yeah, they are, but they're there.
Yeah.
They're adorable too.
And my gigantic penis is under this huge bush. I get it. Yeah, no, it's there. So, have you ever noticed that actors who have one dimple are
Fuck you. My dimples are great.
It was too easy. It's too fun.
They're on my ass, but they're still and under a beard down there.
And mine are in the safe.
God damn. Don't
So
take
this is
this away from me. I'm adorable.
directly, dude. I bet you want dimples or a beard? What do you want? You want to be fat? You want to be muscular? Just pick one. You have the best of all worlds. I'm short, I'm pudgy, I'm angry, I don't give a fuck anymore. I'm like, what's good about you? I'm like, I don't know, I'm gonna be done soon. Like that's my best thing.
I don't know. Go ahead.
At some point, I'll be soil. That's the best thing about me. That's not even true. I'll be ash, or conceivably just a big F in a medical study.
Just the note on the toe tag says whoops.
Yeah, no thanks. I got a no thanks in death. Yeah, man. All right, let's screw it. So dimples. Oh, we just went down a rabbit hole. Give me a second. I just need a moment. I'm good now. I'm reading right from this. Have you ever noticed that actors who have one dimple are filmed more on that side? Society's obsession with dimples is nothing new. And since dimples are genetically inherited, you either have them or you don't. Okay, fine. That is very true. In the 30s, though, they developed this machine where if you wanted dimples, women would lie down in, again, we're saying doctor's office, and I'm doing like doctors in air quotes, because anybody who's performing this procedure 90 years ago, I'm not sure if we can say doctor.
These are the kind
they had a license of some nature.
Their most used piece of equipment was a straightened hanger.
Oh God. Maybe similarly, but this thing that they're utilizing obviously costs them a hell of a lot more money than that. But the gumption and the know-how to use it was probably similar. That's gross. So basically, you sit down, you have two knobs that are attached to your temples, and you smile. And when they do, there's a machine that just pushes aggressively into the middle of your cheek as you smile. So you go, and it knocked some women's teeth completely the fuck out because it was zapping them right in like the premolars right there. And it attempts to wedge a dimple into their cheek.
What the very fuck?
Yeah. Because that's how you get pretty, bud.
That's what I was always told by my scoutmaster.
That's how you get pretty. You smile and you just get punched in the cheek, and you get your teeth loose, and then people will like you. But what you didn't have was splitsociety.org or Chilada Pilla Picante.
Or this ill-informed back porch tea.
I am going to ask that you find a picture of this for the credits. Because this one I actually kind of think is all right. It just looks ridiculous.
Okay.
The Hangover mask.
Okay.
Are you going to look right now? Look for the Hangover mask.
What year?
Let's call it the 40s ish. It was invented by Max Factor in the late 1940s. Max Factor. They're still a thing. So here's the general idea.
Okay, yeah. Give me the description because there's some hideous things that I'm finding.
Yeah. So it kind of looks like so picture the mask that Pinhead wore in Hellraiser. Okay?
Yep.
So picture that it's an all over, if you're not familiar, you've put on a leather mask that encompasses your whole head from the middle of the throat all the way up. There is space for the eyes and nose and a little bit for the mouth. It's kind of like a gimp mask, but it's all leather. Surrounding this in a waffle pattern is what would be, it's basically plastic, but they're plastic cubes and they're filled with, I'm guessing, water or some other fluid. You put that bitch into the freezer and knowing the day before that you're going to get so shithoused that you're going to need some manner of leather gimp mask to help you out of being shithoused the next morning. You put this over your head and it gives you the ice cube relief. There it is in certain specific areas. So this is the hangover mask. It will not only cure your headache, but it will tighten your skin. It will make you hate yourself for having the fourth martini. Here it is on our YouTube channel. If you're watching on YouTube, please do. YouTube is Zigulary Nord Topic at YouTube is our channel. And you can see this goddamn lunacy, which is Hellraiser meets Ice Cubes.
I mean, that's not a terrible plan.
It's not a bad call. I mean, I can see where it wouldn't suck out loud.
Hey, Junior, get mommy her special mask. No, not the one with the zipper. The one that she wears after book club night.
I mean, if you put cool water on your face, it will tighten up your pores. I get it. If you've ever been so hungover you just want a cool towel on your head, sure. This seems like a bit extreme.
Well, I mean, I'm guessing that's got to be a post World War II invention, because that's when we I mean, let's face it, we won World War II, but when the end of World War II into the 50s, we were, I don't want to say opulent, but we were like, hey, we're living the good life now. Look, America's back on top, everybody. And so we were finding ways to make life easier. TV dinners, Quaaludes, 4 martini lunches,
Tea parties.
Yes.
That was the 70s, but it did make Saturdays easier and Sundays harder. Because there was no
and
Uber.
Mondays nearly impossible.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that's got to be an early 50s invention, because as the men were fighting the war, the women were here with actual jobs and being told, you're great, ladies. And then the men came back and they were told, you know what, broads, get back to the kitchen and spit out babies through your bottom mouth. And so those women got real depressed, because at that point, the female orgasm was still considered a myth or a sin. And so therefore they had to have help with things, and gin and Quaaludes, which to me, that's just a Wednesday night.
So again, the female whatnot?
Orgasm?
Is the male orgasm a thing? Because I'm still not there.
That one's definitely a naughty sin, because it makes a mess.
It's just, it's always disappointing to me.
Orgasm, if you play your cards right.
Just keep ruining my own socks for no reason.
Well, it's because the neighbors started to get concerned.
I'm gonna do one of these here real quick. Hold on, vamp for a second, because I've asked you to do one more thing.
Sure.
And
yeah, that's what's in all those boxes. That's why you're missing all those one socks in the dryers, because Zig keeps sneaking into the laundry room, taking one. He's like, I only need one, and be greedy to take both, and then just experimenting sexually with us. as we saw, he put his foot up there for all you foot sluts, and he's a bit of a foot slut himself, but he's a little too shy, and
Way too. Yeah.
therefore he just, and it's never the clean ones. He always takes the dirty ones, which is what's the weirdest part, and why he has athlete's
I
foot
can't find what I want.
on
So keep.
his jungular regions.
Yeah.
And I hate to admit that to everybody, but I feel like if you're a regular listener, you are our friend. Speaking of regular listeners, we just keep gaining listeners in Spain somehow. So hey, Spain, gracias, or I'm sorry, it's Spain, so gracias. We appreciate it. Keep telling your friends about us. We'll be those stupid Americans that you can laugh at. We're just here to drink and have a good time.
I'll do one more for you. While you, please, if you could, do a quick image search for the beauty micrometer.
Oh, my absolute pleasure, my friend.
As you're doing that, I'm going to bring up these weren't the only things. I do need to do one thing, because this is women will put themselves through apparently insane things, and they shouldn't have to. It's insane. Men have done some pretty interesting shit too. It's also very poorly thought out. Baldness cures. So I hope this doesn't hit too close to home, but baldness has been around for a very long time, and it's going to continue, and it's actually evolution probably, but you don't need your hair. Just don't pretend like you have it if you lose it.
Yeah.
If you lose it, get rid of it. If you're not hiding anything, it's not weird.
Yeah.
That's fine. Your hairstyle has been developed by God and evolution, and that's what you get. It's one less thing to worry about. So there have been, in ancient Greece, there have been a couple, and my favorite, baldness cures. And this is just like a very random thing. So we're talking like, obviously, thousands of years ago, but Hippocrates created a mixture of cumin, pigeon shit, horseradish, and nettles in an attempt to cure baldness. Why were those the four things? It seems like a really shitty recipe for seasoning an omelet.
That was that was the first draft for the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse.
Cumin, sure. Horseradish, absolutely. Nettles, in England in some instances, and pigeon shit. And then I do what with this? Rub it on your head. And then what? Stay away from me. Like that's
Enjoy your virginity.
It's interesting though, because it was similar to, which obviously I don't want to do anything that's going to upset you, buddy, but it didn't work.
What?
So nettles.
Why do I have all this pigeon shit
on your head?
And other places.
Comedy. In ancient Egypt, before this, men blended iron oxide, lead, because that's good for you, onions, because you want some flavor, honey, sure, alabaster, and fat from various animals.
Because I want that umami flavor
Yeah.
while I'm hallucinating.
And they put this on their head to grow hair. It's like, what are they basing this on? I don't know. What is a decent recipe, right? Add something really stupid and then put it on my head.
Put
Why?
a baby crocodile
Just
up your
to see.
ass.
They just want to see. Just to see. Let's see. I have some toenails. I'm just going to slap you with this banjo. Yes. Could that work? As a man of science, we have to do it every day for 6 months.
Okay, well, let's go.
Yeah. So that's that. Have you looked up the beauty micrometer, bud?
Oh, buddy, I sure have. Are you?
You want to put that up there for me?
Yeah, I sure can.
Let's go
There
to the
you
big
go.
board. Yay! Ladies and gentlemen, it's the beauty micrometer. Who said applying makeup is not a work of art? Some historical changes with makeup led to the need for this beautiful invention, which is batshit crazy. If you're listening, it looks like a halo. So a halo where people who have
This looks more
broken
like
their spine.
Pinhead. This looks more like Pinhead.
If you've broken your spine and you have a halo, which is a big metal thing that goes right around like where your temples are, and it fuses your head into place while your spinal cord and your spinal column fuse into place. And to keep that from moving, it looks like that. However, It has several points all over your head, from your jaws to your chin, the back of your head, temples, and such. It's all over.
Look at
And
this
this is
bullshit.
because you're not pretty unless you're completely and utterly symmetrical.
Oh my god.
Invented in the 1930s by Max Factor again. The micrometer,
Max
also
Factor,
called
the famous Nazi that would
just so
get
creepy.
information out of people.
God, this looks so creepy. It was designed to point out places on the face that needed enhancement with makeup. The device worked by adjusting uncomfortable metal straps on a woman's head, driven by pins as they were held in place. Are you running for the closet again? Yes, you should be. The micrometer allowed measurements of the nose to forehead and the space between the eyes and was capable of 325 adjustments, all by a quote unquote doctor. Literally, this whole thing was designed to make sure that all of your points were symmetrical so that if you need to enhance your left temple slightly with a touch of makeup, you could. And actually, I don't understand how it could fucking work.
No,
It makes a real sense.
that math does not add up. I don't. Why? Why did we do this to women? Women, you're fine. The way you're great. You're, I mean, some of you are maybe, but most of you, the majority of you, there's a handful I can think of that you're mostly it's your personality, but that goes the same for men. Look at me. Jesus.
Unfortunately, it's brand new and it's not. I mean, you and I are discussing it, and we are not by any means the authority. And it's only recently coming to light that this kind of stuff is insanity. And the only reason why like things companies like Dove and other things are like doing promoting things for plus size ladies or for people with different, just people who are not the norm of beauty from 30 years ago, is because they understand now it's not marketable.
Yeah.
And they're just trying to save their brand. And
Well, it's because,
hopefully
and I'm not,
humanity can catch up to that nonsense.
yeah, absolutely. Fuck. Let me, one, it's because there's, and I'm not trying to pat us both on the fucking dick or anything.
No, don't, because we're fucking idiots.
Yeah, we are, but we both also, it's guys like us that are like, what the fuck are you doing? You don't need to do that. Like Nicole rarely puts on makeup. She doesn't need it. And when she does, it looks great, but she doesn't. I don't know. Does Ange do a lot of makeup?
She when we go out, she's interested in it because she thinks it's cool.
Yeah.
For the same, she thinks it's an art form, but not daily.
Yeah.
You know, but like
because she
she's
doesn't
very
need
good
it.
at it.
I've seen her.
Well, nobody needs it.
No.
It's just,
and that, but you know what I meant when I said that. You know, you know what? If we have any listeners that are male that look at their wives and go, "You're gonna put on some makeup? Get fucked. We don't need you. I'd rather lose half our listeners."
anti-subscribe. Actually,
Yeah. Don't listen to us anymore. Get fucked. And if you're one of those guys, just if you're a guy that feels like women don't need to do it. Look at me. Like I've said before, for whatever reason, we're playing a real game of unfuckable chicken in our house. I just keep now. Hey, I've lost some weight. I keep losing weight. I'm happy with it. I'm trying to be a skinny boy again. But I'm letting this beard grow out and doing all types of stupid shit with myself. And my wife just keeps looking at me and going, "You're awfully cute." And I'm like, "What?" I mean, I'm not trying to push you away, but that's amazing. And that's women. And I look at her and I'm like, that's a solid human right there. And I could not be happier. Fuck you and your beauty fucking standards. I hope any guy that tries to push beauty standards, I hope your dick falls off.
Agreed. Are we currently Are we pandering or are we still like promoting the cause? I can never tell on anymore.
I don't know. I would kind of went on a rant.
Yeah, but I'm still for it though.
I
Yeah.
think it's just how we feel. I don't know, man. Like I said, when Nicole does makeup, like I totally get the whole art of makeup. I think it's fascinating. Willow will, if anyone's not familiar, that's my daughter. She will bring me videos and be like, "Hey, watch this," because I'm to paraphrase Norman Osborn from the first Spider-Man movie, I'm a bit of an artist myself. So I'm a bit of a scientist. Anyway, other people would just keep up. Daddy's drinking. But she'll bring and be like, "Hey, check this out," and we'll watch these makeup tutorials, and it's absolutely fascinating. It's gorgeous. So when Nicole is like, "Hey, I'm gonna do a little bit of makeup," I'm patient, man, and that's what she wants to do, but she doesn't need to do it. And I would never ask, yeah, and especially like a fucking Hellraiser-esque saw type torture device to make yourself symmetrical. Get fucked.
Don't do
Get the
anything because
fuck
you
outta
think
here.
you have to, but if you think it's fucking fun,
Yeah,
do it. That's it.
absolutely.
That's it.
Yeah, if you think, yeah, don't think I have to do this to make, and especially if your partner is telling you you need to do this so you look hot when we go out, fucking kick him to the curb, because there's a guy
In the dick first.
well, yeah, you kick him in the dick towards the curb, because
Mhm.
look, not all of us have cheekbones like James Marsters. That's an age reference, but still,
Very much.
but not all of us are pretty, but there's guys like me and Zig out here that will yeah, we may not be much to just much, we may not be much, but
We're on
we'll
the top side of average.
yeah, I mean, there's good. I just say, yeah, Zig's got a great dick and I've got decent eyes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What did you learn?
I learned that society, I didn't learn, I just was reminded that society really shitty towards women and we need to knock it the fuck off. What'd you learn?
That I'm supposed to say that, but they should really try harder to make it more easy for me to jerk off.
And if anyone's offended by that, go fuck yourself.
It's an obvious joke.
Obvious joke. I'm gonna take it out of context though, and I'm gonna put it at the very beginning of the episode.
Yeah, it's not going to work. Yeah, no. If you only listen to the last 4 minutes of this episode, that's what you picked up. Why'd you fast forward to that? That's insane.
That's so weird. Why would you come?
Dumbest thing you've ever
This
done.
is where we go off the rails multiple times, but this at the end, this is where we always go off the
I have
fucking
legal
rails.
recourse to say that is not true.
Yeah,
I don't think that, except for in like 3 or 4 cases, and you know who you are, Stephanie.
Fuck, Stephanie, we've talked.
She needs it. She needs, because her soul is black.
Yeah,
she needs as much rouge as possible.
Is there a beauty helmet for the soul?
Yes, but you have to hit it with a fucking ball bean hammer 7 times a day.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, how do you get that gig?
And then send her to the bus.
Hey, guess what?
What's that?
We're gonna get canceled.
Whatever. At least it'd be attention. That's all I need at this point.
We're doing great in Spain.
I love you.
I love you back.
Parts about hanging out with these guys. God damn it, son of a bitch, motherfuck.